So today we're going to be getting into chapter number 16. I had to redo this video because for some reason my computer just deleted it. I'm not entirely sure what's been happening there. And the last one was good too. Like it was good. I had a joke that I had made. It was about the planets and it was good, but it's gone now, so we're just going to be getting into chapter number 16. So, chapter number 16 starts out with the fight that had been going on with Jinwoo and the swamp ruler, which is the snake. The snake, it's like this thing is so big compared to Jinwoo. It's hard to say that he has any chance whatsoever. I'm surprised that he didn't instantly get swallowed, to be frank. That's just being honest. And so he's basically getting clobbered. Yeah, there's nothing. None of his attacks are doing anything because he is more of a speed character than a strength character. He can't really land those decisive blows, especially on this because the scales on it are somewhat similar to a dragon. You wouldn't be able to pierce it unless you had that like high quality piercing ability, which he does not possess. And it's really starting to show. He is getting put on the defense. He's getting put in his place completely. The snake does a tail move, like a tail swing, and it hits him a little bit. He dodges it, but it still kind of pushes him back. And he even acknowledges the snake's power too, because if he doesn't dodge, then it's likely that this attack's just going to finish him off in one blow. The one and done is what he's talking about. And then the snake puts him in a circle, sort of like the snake is doing some crazy NASCAR move around him, and he's just getting like the snake wall sort of thing that he can't escape from. It's kind of like if you ever played the snake game on like a old telephone, like Nokia. It's kind of like that, and he's stuck in it. And eventually the snake just totally ensnares him, and he gets slammed to the ground by this thing. Just slammed down like some WWE SmackDown. I don't really know that much about WWE. Once again, Jinwoo is not happy with his own skill. He says that I thought that I got stronger. I thought I was a stronger man. He thought that he was high value, but he's still lacking skill, you know? No matter how much stronger he gets, he always is just getting beat. Although I still have to acknowledge the tenacity of him because he is non-stop pushing the pace with this snake. There's no stopping him. Like, if you can't acknowledge his actual skill set with his abilities, I think just his tenacity is pretty good. And the snake is about to swallow him too. It looks like there is a finishing blow about to be made. Jinwoo's having a flashback to Mr. Song, who, if you don't remember, he was from the previous chapter, from the first dungeon, the double dungeon, where Jinwoo first had his double awakening. So it's kind of seeming that he is a mentor, and he's saying that people are spreading rumors about him in just around town. They're saying that he's the weakest, and he's just sort of trying to, bring his spirit up and saying that he has to exert himself a little bit more, just like get himself out there. Jin was like, sure, like I get it. And then he comes back to reality. He blocks the Fang with his broken sword. Gotta admit, the sword is not really that broken if he's able to do all these moves. Maybe he would be a lot stronger if he had it, like he could cut the snake in half with his sword. Because keep in mind, he does have pretty high strength at this point. I would say it's in the mid 30s, if not upper 30s. But so yeah, he dodges. He says that the name the weakest sort of stuck with him, but he knows that it's not something to brag about. I'm thinking that he's trying to say that strength is something that you should strive towards. You know, the opposite of weakness. You don't want that. So I think he's driven by this sort of inner hatred that he is feeling, or maybe the content. He knows how weak he is what he's saying. He's striking with his broken sword. And then red letters appear on the screen saying strength. This is what it means to be strength. A pressuring force squeezes your head, and it can make you yield, basically bending to your knees. He's having many flashbacks at this point, Jinwoo. Even back to the double dungeon. And Juhei makes a flashback appearance too. It's kind of insane to see just the size of the first monster that was in the double dungeon. In these flashbacks, you kind of get a glimpse of it again, and it really is it was a towering monster. Like, it looks like it could have been upward towards 50 meters tall and made of stone. Pure strength will overwhelm you, and fear will make your knees collapse and toes dig into the ground. To be honest, these flashbacks are kind of hitting right now. They're good placement. It's good placement. And we're even seeing, I don't remember his name, I think Kim, he's the one who had left the dungeon. We're getting a bit of a flashback to when he decided to leave. It seems like this moment really stuck with Jinwoo. He felt betrayed, and he's knowing that in front of strength, that's exactly what can happen to you. People who aren't that strong will betray you because they have no other choice. And this causes a fire to erupt inside of Jinwoo. He says it's easy to get betrayed, and he has to get stronger. At this moment, he swipes with his sword at the serpent, and he gets struck in with a big parry by the snake. It hits his back, and he goes flying into the wall. There's a big crater from this, and a kind of a dust plume that forms. Jinwoo, this looks like a big hit. So man, yeah, he got kind of clobbered right there. But he stands up like it's nothing. He just gets right back up. And we see this interesting text box appear saying, I have to become even stronger, and it's in purple. And again, there's like this lightning that's coming from him. Whenever this happens, he always has a power boost. He gets stronger. He reaches like another plateau, or he breaks it. It's really beautiful. Beautiful, yep. The snake strikes at Jinwoo after he gets up from this, probably surprised that he took that hit so well. Jinwoo dodges, saying not yet, hits the snake with a slash. Flashback to the statue with the teeth smiling, And then he again says it, compared to the fear from that time, this is nothing. The scared man that he was once before is completely gone. He is literally jumping at the snake now. Slices it right behind its neck. The snake looks back, instantly reacts, turns around, and tries to bite him. So kind of doing like a quick twist. In that moment, Jinwoo dodges. He grabs the exposed part of the neck of the snake. He grabs onto it with just his hands. And because he put all of his points into strength, he looks to be damaging the scales just by grabbing onto it. So this is kind of the decisive move that he was talking about, that he needed, the one with the weight behind it. And it looks like it's a lot of force also. Like he is damaging this thing just by bear hugging it. The snake is freaking out. It's flailing, causing the entire subway to start crashing and crumbling. Remember, the snake is very big. It's starting to slam into walls too. It slams Jinwoo into a wall to try and get him off of there, because Jinwoo's iron grip is literally starting to choke it. He's saying to just quit, just give up. Like, give up. There's nothing you can do. And he says it one final time, and he squeezes very hard on the neck this time. Like, he is just manhandling the snake. I feel bad for the snake now. Yeah. Poor snake. Could have been a good pet. So, and then now we're gonna flashback back to the hospital. The nurses are talking to each other, saying like, "Where's Jinwoo? I'm surprised that he's not back yet." It looks like to be pretty late at this point, probably like 9 or 10 o'clock. It's dark out at least. And they're talking about how he has recovered pretty well already, so he's gonna most likely leave soon. The doctor is saying they should most likely stabilize him, just because he, just to be safe, gotta heal completely. I would know that. I'm in the medical field. I can agree with this guy. And they say that, they're talking about pretty much like the hierarchy of the monster hunters. They're in the high ranks. They can make a lot of money. They can even make a living. Whereas the lower class hunters, they don't get paid as much. So what is the point? Apparently they come back even worse than patients who had gotten into accidents. They'll be covered in blood, and their wounds will not be normal. And he's even amazed that, well, the nurse says that she's amazed that they're alive even in this condition. But he's saying that he's not surprised at all that they're able to come back alive, because even the weakest of hunters are monsters compared to regular humans. That's cool. That's some new lore that is now being included there. Kind of good to know. So I guess the hunters can be also maybe called heroes. Could be a better way to classify them. I think, which again leads to One Punch Man. So yeah, they're monsters. And we're seeing the screen from now in Jinwoo's perspective again. And we're seeing the level up notification here. It's 3 times, so he's leveling up like mad. Like a wild animal. Someone's laughing in the subway. It looks like there's a ton of dust on the ground. And we see Jinwoo. He's the one who's laughing. He's saying that he got a bit stronger, seems like. And right next to him is the snake. It's completely down for the count. Like it is Dunzo, Shadow Realm. And he has slain the swamp ruler, Blue Poison Fangs Risaka. That's another notification that pops up. He got 2 items out of this. He got the purified Risaka venom, which apparently hardens your skin. And then he also got the Risaka's Fang, which we'll get into that in the next episode. Just think about it like a video game. That's the best way to explain it. And that's the end of the chapter. I think that was a good one. I hope that we're getting out of this dungeon soon. Like it's not another double dungeon. That would be crazy. But yeah, so not too many thoughts about that. Really upset that my video got deleted. Very upsetting. I hope that this one doesn't. Hopefully it doesn't. We'll see. And it looks like it didn't get deleted. So yeah, thank you for making it all this way. I really appreciate everyone. If there's anyone even here that's listening, I hope that we can grow at least some people to kind of join this with me, because it's fun. I think this is going to be really good. I've only heard good things about this manhwa, and I like to think that I have decent taste, so I have a feeling it's going to be good. Leave a like and a comment too. Alright, thanks.